Great evening. Welcome to Why Should I Be Ashamed? I have been looking forward to this conversation with you. I am Sheila Calvert, your host for tonight. I am the author of the book, Why Should I Be Ashamed? Will you do me the honor tonight and the pleasure of liking and sharing? And would you also go to my YouTube channel, and I would ask that you also would hit the notification button, and so we can stay in touch and we can let you know when we're going to be on. So I'll see you in just a few to start our conversation. Reach out to your friends. Let's get everybody involved tonight, and send your questions, send your conversations that you would like to talk about. I'll be right back.
Songwriter Vault. Songwriter Vault.
Good evening. We are back with you. How's everybody doing this evening? It's been a great week. I don't know about you, but the weather has been off the chain here in North Carolina. Last week we got the rain from the hurricane, and this week we have the sunshine. I want to just enjoy you all tonight, and I want to say once again, thank you for coming in with us weekly and sharing with your friends, and thank you so much for your book purchases, and just for opening up and sharing this topic, this subject of sexual abuse. It's the subject that most often people don't want to talk about it, but it has to be addressed. And so tonight, I wanted to talk about breaking the glass ceiling in our lives. Breaking the glass ceilings. So many times I think women or men that have been sexual abused, we put limitations on ourselves. We put limitations and on our expectations because of our abuse have made us feel so unworthy or less worthy until we come into that place of healing and recovering. But oftentimes we limit ourselves. And so I thought it'd be, I use for illustration the theory of the glass ceiling. And I want to let us begin to shatter those ceilings in our lives, in your lives. We want to uncover all the limitations and the things that you dream about, the things you see yourself. We want you to believe. If you can believe it, if you can dream it, you can accomplish it. You are more than a conqueror. The glass ceiling is one of the definitions are an intangible barrier within a hierarchy that prevents a person, it could be a woman, a minority, from obtaining upper level positions. Are we still being held back? And I just want you to just kind of think about that tonight, how the glass ceilings in your life. And what are you doing about it? We have a responsibility to recover. We have a responsibility to heal and to get our healing. It is our responsibility, especially once you reach the age of 18, it is your responsibility. If you go into the hospital and you're unconscious, then that's left up to everybody around you. But once you come into your consciousness, when they send you home, you have to adhere to the subscriptions, to the perfections of what they are subscribing to you. So tonight I want to give you just some subscriptions, some suggestions. I want to have just a little bit. I know sometimes these topics are so heavy, and tonight it's going to not be as heavy. I want to talk about those breakthroughs. I know that sometimes in my life I have felt so unworthy to even approach, to even ask a question about a promotion, or even trying to achieve goals myself. And I have some points that I want to share with you that help me to press through that glass ceiling. And oftentimes the glass ceilings are there to make us feel like we're less qualified. There's no perks. There's no ranking. You don't ask questions. And somewhere in our lives, we are like voted the less likely to succeed. And I think we do that psychologically because of the hurt and the pain. Oftentimes when I'm talking to people that have had these experiences, they you can feel the hurt. I was speaking with a gentleman today, and you can just feel the hurt in him, even when he began to just share. And I felt the breaking up as he was speaking. I can feel it just breaking through his chest. I can just feel him breaking through that glass ceiling when he even named the situation. And I had to let him know, there is nothing wrong with you. You are not less than anybody. You're not less than any man. But even when he was talking about it, you can feel the breaking up. So I want to recommend to you that you share your stories. You do talk about it. And for those of you that don't want to talk about it, I understand it's like that tightness, and you want to keep life like it is. You want to keep things like it is. But for those of you that wants that breakthrough, open up and let's talk about it. So I'm going to share with you some things that I would say to you, some things that work for me. It may work for you, but I'm just going to give my recommendations so that you can really deal with recovering, healing, not staying in the same painful place, not staying in your bed, not staying in dark places, not staying in places where you can't be around people, not feeling like being paranoid, being suspicious of everyone. We have to get past some of these glass ceilings. Let's break those barriers tonight. Number one, how about toot your own horn? Sometimes you could just be in the mirror and just look at yourself and define yourself and tell yourself, talk about your accomplishments. Tell yourself, I like me. I remember the first time I heard a woman say, I like me. That opened the door. I had never said that about myself to myself privately, not less out loud. And when she said, I like me, I felt that. That was empowering to me. I need to like myself. You need to like yourself. In spite of your environment, in spite of the institution, in spite of if you didn't get a promotion, let's start with tooting your own horn, telling yourself, I like myself. Just start there. Then don't be slow to speak. Talk about it. You got to speak up. Sooner than later. Speak up. Ask questions. Why are we oftentimes in the class, we don't even want to raise our hand. We have a question. We have an ideal. We have purpose. We have meaning. But because of that ceiling of abuse, you hold it in and you hold it and you suppress. Everything that is aligned with that abuse is suppressed with that abuse. If you suppress the abuse, you suppress your successes oftentimes. You're holding back. We need your great gift. We need your great inspiration. We need that is in you. So don't be slow to speak. Speak up. Everybody's talking now. Everybody. So many people are YouTubing. So many people are on Facebook, Instagram, and speaking about good things that's helping people. And let me say this, abuse is not your weakness. It's your abuser's weakness. Abuse, that's not your weakness. That's not your breaking point. That's not your limit. That's not your limitation. Break through that and say, no, my abuse, that was the perpetrators. That was their issue. And now I'm moving past that, and you can get past that. And I want you to eliminate all excuses. I had to eliminate all of the excuses that I made for the reason that I was acting out the way that I was acting out. You have to own some of your behaviors. You have to own some of the patterns in your life, some of the things that you chose, some of the things, hi Sabrina, some of the things that you decided to do. Own it. Own it. And don't be shame about it. And I was sharing with a young man today just some of the issues, and I told him, I said, one day I told my husband, I said, I feel so bad about myself as a woman when I look back at my past. And my husband assured me, you're not that person anymore. And, I had to own the negative patterns. And then I watched, because of the abuse, of the neglect, how I got into those patterns. Number one, how I became promiscuous. And I know I'm kind of sidetracking now, but I want to give you this, is that when I was molested at 16 by my mother's boyfriend, unconsensually, who I didn't want to have sex, who I woke up and he was penetrating my body, and I thought the next best thing to get rid of that was to go have sex with someone else, and that'll erase it. That was my mindset. I had a boyfriend. I wasn't being intimate with him, but I thought I need to run over there and be intimate so that can erase that out of my mind. I'm 16 years old. I don't know anything about sex. I just know that I needed to erase this. Don't talk about this. Don't mention it again. And that became a pattern in my life. When hurt will come, when bad relationship, just go on to the next one. That'll erase it. But how many know that it really does not erase anything? It really brings hurt and pain. And so you have to own and research your cycles so you can recover, so you can heal, so you can feel good, so you can tell someone else that is struggling with your same struggle. You don't have to be ashamed of your past, of your history, of your story. So that's what I want to do. Hey Kiana. Hi Peggy. I really got into it right there. So I had to eliminate excuses and find out why I was doing what I did. Aim high in spite of. Let's break these glass ceilings. I came here, these women in the South, and all of my life, I worked in the salon, so I was always around beautiful, successful women. I was kind of like, I think I can, I know I can, but I had never addressed that issue. That issue was like on the sidebar, just holding me back. And so I want to say to you, aim high, set goals, be teachable, set goals, aim for, if you want a degree, get a degree. If you want your own business, open your own business, try it out. If you want your own talk show, start a talk show, get a dictionary, start reading, get the information, get good content, find out what people are interested in. All of us are created for greatness. And there's greatness in you. So aim high in spite of. Don't set no modest goals. Don't limit yourselves. And do it for you, and not to be prideful or proud, because you know if you be proud, then you're going to fall down. But do it because that's your creativity. Do it because that's your call. Do it because that's your purpose. I do this because it has purpose. It has meaning. People's lives are changing, and that is why I do what I do. Surround yourself with greatness. So in order to aim high, you do have to be surrounded with great people. Someone said to me, don't be the biggest fish in your pond. That was a great saying. Meaning, don't always try. You have to be the best at everything in your circle. Find some people that's going to challenge you. Find some people that you can be quiet and you can listen to them speak. You can hear what they're saying. Find someone that is great in what they're doing. And I'm telling you, everybody has greatness in them. You can pull some out of some people, and then you should be around somebody that's constantly pulling and pushing you to your limitations, to your limits, because there is no limitations. So be around surround yourself with greatness. And then I also, I've just gotten to the place where I said, I'm going to do, what is your favorite thing to do? I'm going to do some things that I want to do. I am valuable, Kiana. I am worth it. And I had to be in environments where people find that I have value. And I found out when I'm around them, I also can see their value. So surround yourself. So do your, what is your favorite thing to do? Do the things that make you happy. I love going to furniture stores and buying furniture and creating, I repurpose the house. I can make my house into a home. I love just beautiful things. I just sometimes I don't even have to buy anything, but you know how women are. If we look in the window long enough, if we window shop, we are going to get that thing out that window. If it's a mink coat, we're looking in that window. We may not have the money today, but sooner than later, we'll get that. So what are the things that make you feel happy? And don't be a people pleaser, a man pleaser. You have to know. You got to find yourself. And some of us are lost in our abuses. You have been beat down and pressed down. You wouldn't know yourself. If someone was to pick you up and take you somewhere else and just say, okay, you wouldn't even know what to do without somebody telling you what to do. Now, that is not a good way to be. We have to break that cycle. You should know yourself. This is not coming to America. When someone else, what do you like? Whatever you like. No, honey, it's not whatever you like. It's whatever she likes, whatever I like. You got to get to know her. You got to get to know him. What is it that you like? Even in a relationship, even in marriage, you need to know what you like. You need to, what do you enjoy doing? So that's what I enjoy doing. I go for walks and I try to, and let me tell you, those of you that are suppressed, depressed, or anything, experience that, you got to do things that works for your body. You have to walk. You have to exercise. Those things help build you up internally. You have to work on the inside, the mental. It all works together, and you have to keep moving and get into beautiful environments. Try something new. Step out on faith and try something new. That's what I did. So now I only say yes to the things that I really want to say yes to. For I have a friend, and she is such a nice person. She's such a giving heart. She keeps things in her car. She keeps sandwiches and a couple dollars and a face towel for the homeless. And she likes to stop and hand out. She likes to do yard work. So sometimes she'll say, Sheila, would you like to come and help me in the yard work? I tell her, no. I don't want to do yard work. I don't want to dig up worms anymore. I've done that, and I don't have to. And when she's giving out her handout, I said, now give it out from your side. I've been on the streets passing out tracts and flyers. I've been to people's house cleaning and mopping. I've done that. So I tell her, no, this your ministry? I asked her to come on here. She wouldn't come on here. And that's okay. We still friends. We still walk. But that's her ministry. So she has to give her sandwiches out on her side of her window. And so you whip around, make a U-turn, whatever you're going to do, because that's what makes her happy. But on my side, I'm keeping my window rolled up. And my daughter's the same way. She's always looking for dollars and dollars. Well, honey, get your dollars out. I gave at the altar. What I'm trying to say, don't let anybody make you feel like you have to do a thing. Do the things that make you happy, because I'm going to tell you, your happiness is already aligned. You can feel it in your voice. You can look in your face when you don't want to do what you don't want to do. It doesn't flow. And we want to keep our light shining, and you want to be bright, and you want to be happy. I told you this subject tonight is going to be easy. It's not going to be as heavy as it usually, because I know it gets heavy. Last week it was heavy. It was helpful. It was breakthrough. But I want us to know that there's something we got to do. Not just listen and hear. We have to have some application. Also, I want to say, cultivate confidence and fun. Cultivate confidence. Where do I get my confidence from? From those things that I've done above. Making sure that you tell yourself and surround yourself by people that build you up. Your relationship should build you up. Your marriage should build you up. Your friendship should build you up. Your churches should build you up. Your job, well, sometimes we got to do what we got to do. I'm not going to go there. But how about finding the job that you really love, like I have in cosmetology? So it's never really been work other than standing up. But if it's not building you up, I'm telling you, woman, man, you're not in your purpose. You're suppressed. And that ceiling, I'm telling you, can you imagine when the glass ceiling breaks? It's like diamonds, where you can just see the sunshine, you can see the sky, and there's no limits. And you can go and you can see. I remember going down to the Gant Museum, and I met this woman astronaut. I forgot her name. She was out of Chicago. And she said when she went to the moon, she said to herself, even the sky has no limit. Can you imagine thinking in your life there's no limits? And break off those limitations. And don't blame other people because you allowed your situations and circumstances to hold you down. We can't continue to blame the molester. We can't continue to blame the perpetrators. We can't continue to blame those around us. We have to purposely do some work and remove ourselves away from the pain, remove ourselves from the agony, from the frustration. And if I got away, I got a breakthrough. Many have got a breakthrough. You can too. You don't have to hide. If you're embarrassed to talk about how you are being treated, that's unhealthy. If you're ashamed of your lifestyle, that's unhealthy. So we got to break through that. Also, I want to say, stay positive. If you're doing the things that you desire to do, oftentimes you will be positive. I try to be a positive person. I try to esteem others, build them up. And sometimes when people say things to me that I should give them what they give me, I go silent because I just don't want to. I mean, I'm just too old to be, like you're a kindergarten and I'm in high school or whatever. I'm too old and too mature to be offended by words and offended by everything that a person say or does. So sometimes I just go on silent. I'm not going to address those things because if it doesn't ward a positive suggestion, a positive answer, then I just go silent. If you have any comments, please stop me. Let's have a conversation. Anything you would like to say, any questions that you have. But I'm telling you, you can make it through. You can get through this glass ceiling. Break it. Let's break it down. So stay positive. Also, eliminate assumptions. Stop saying, assuming nobody sees my greatness. Nobody wants me. Nobody. Don't say I can't. Don't say I can't accomplish anything. I can't get my degree. I can't have a business. Yes, you can. You can do it. You can do it today. So eliminate assumptions and stop saying people don't like you and people don't care. I think there's a scriptures that's in the Bible that say declare that people love you. You have to say it to yourself. You can call those things that be not as though they be. Start saying people love me, and then do the same. Put out what you want. Put out some positive reinforcement, positive affirmation. Call people to something positive. Say something good. Say something great to them, but eliminate assumption. Okay, and the next one, I want you to do this. Take a deep breath and let go of perfection. Let go of perfection. What I really should be saying is let go of control. Most people, when they say I'm a perfectionist, they think it's cute. What they're really saying is I am a control freak. I like everything to be how I want it. I want it this way. I want it that way. Can't nobody do it unless I'm doing it. I don't need nobody else to touch it. If they touch it, it's going to break. If they touch it, it's going to fall. I think we got something going on with these guys in here, they're in here laughing. But there's people, you ever been around people that they'll tell you, oh, I'm just a perfectionist. No, you are a controller. You need glasses. That's what you need. Because you need to see the greatness in others. So let me say, let go of your perfection and strive for excellence. There's nothing wrong with wanting things to be in order. Nothing wrong with wanting to start on time. Nothing wrong with leaving early and being on time. There's nothing wrong with being great because we are called to greatness. There's nothing wrong with it. But it gets out of order when you think no one else have greatness. No one else can do the same thing that you're doing, and there's thousands of people. So let go of that perfection. Let go of thinking that you're not valuable, or you're not clean, or you're not worthy, or you'll never have. Stop speaking those things to yourself. Stop saying those things. You have to continue to believe all things are possible. All things are possible. Okay? Perfection, having it all is a fairy tale. You know how some people say, oh, she has it all. It looks like that, honey. She has a bunion on her foot too. He has a corn too. I mean, sometimes we look at people and they're airbrushed, and we thinking that we measure our inadequacy or our values or our worth by others. And we need to stop that. Having it, nobody has it all. Yes, we look at the housewives and we see their big mansions and we see their big houses, and I'm happy for them, and we see their beautiful things. I like to see beautiful things. I'm happy for them, but they don't have it all. They're a work in progress, just like you and I, striving for excellence. They're not perfect. Yes, they only eat salads, but they're not perfect. So you work on it. Maybe you can just start by eliminating some meats for breakfast. Just eliminating maybe some meats for lunch, and then just have meat once a day. Start with you. Work on you and stop saying, why don't I have? Why don't I have? And I'm going to get down to that too. So we don't having it all. That's just a fairy tale. That's just a picture that's created on HBO. That's a television show. Aim for growth. Forever, always reading. Aim for growth. Read. And please don't be intimidated. We should never see the Bible does say that a prophet is not honored in her own land. Isn't it funny how we can see people excelling in life? Like I know some women that I knew when I was younger, when I was in church, and they are excelling in their company that they keep. For instance, there's this young lady named Tori that has a beautiful salon in Minnesota, just excelling, and I love to watch her excel. She even let me come and do a book signing at her salon. There's this lady that I used to go to church with, that I've walked with, I've talked with. Her name is Ivy Joe, and she's excelling. She's out there with Oprah and Tyler Perry. And we shouldn't be intimidated. And yes, I bought her books. And yes, I will support her. And yes, I will not be intimidated. But the first thing that happened, some of you will look and instead of being supported, we will find a stranger and go over there and support them, but somebody that we know, somebody like me, that's common to you. And we'll just say, oh, I'm not going to support that. But I'm telling you, everything you put out, you get back. It comes back hundreds of folds. It's the positive things, just the mentioning of their names in a positive way. It comes back. Also, so we're going to aim for growth. Read books. Associate with new people. Search out industries. Search out the desires of your heart. Search out the things that you want to try. Taste the things. I heard somebody say, I don't eat raw fish. So guess what I said? I said, oh no, I don't eat raw fish. What's those things? Sushi. Just because I heard somebody say, I don't eat raw fish, I said, I don't eat sushi. So then this girl told me that I do her hair. Her name is Komet, another great woman. She says, Sheila, you have to try Pimp Daddy. I'm like, what is Pimp Daddy? That sounds wrong. But I tried Pimp Daddy sushi, and it was the greatest sushi. It was good. Wrapped it in that ginger, dipped it. Hey, I wanted some today, but I passed it up. But so you got to try some new things. You got to develop some new things in your life if you want to heal, if you want to recover. Because how do you know that moment of trying that new thing, reading that new book, breaks your ceiling, breaks that ceiling down for you. So you want to aim high for growth. Learn something new. And learn the professional plan to all of your endeavors. Okay, I knew how to do hair, but I wanted to learn the professionalism. We wanted to pastor a church, so we went to school to learn about different sides to ministries, different understanding. Sometimes we just want to say, oh, I'm called, I'm anointed. But there's so much more. Benevolence and just learning how to be a administrator. There's so many different parts. I thought it was just preaching and singing, but there's so many different parts. There's a business side to it. So learn the professional plans in your endeavor. Learn and seek. There's so much information out there. Learn. And then I want you to seize the moment. This is a moment for you to think, hey, I need to break some of these ceilings. I know I may have achieved some high goals, but I am going to break that glass ceiling. That one thing that you said that you wanted to do, you wanted to raise your hand, you wanted to ask questions, you wanted to ask, can I get involved? You wanted to ask, and it comes in your spirit. Like these topics, they come in my spirit. It comes in your spirit, and then you let it go way back down. But let it rise. Let it rise up and get that breakthrough. Seize the moment. Value your time. You're not going to be here forever. Seize the moment. Write a book. Make a plan. Write it down. We can shatter the glass ceilings. Tonight, we can shatter the glass ceilings, and I want you to shatter them. I have this book. Make sure you get a copy of this book, Why Should I Be Ashamed? It has shattered glass ceilings. I want to read just a little bit from my book before they break out in the music. And I want to say thank you to everyone that has supported me through the years, that has supported my book and just supported me as a person, as a stylist, as a mother, as a teacher, a preacher, evangelist. Thank you. So to this special man of mine, I want to say on page 146, it says, to my husband, thank you for being a great husband and friend. I love you. I know that I have been given this time in my life to be loved by a great man. You have always given me your heart, and you have never judged my past. Thank you for your patience and support. Your approval means the world to me. And you have always made me believe that my ideals were great. To all of my children, I love you with all that I have. I am blessed to have you and my grandchildren in my life. Every one of you are brilliant, and you all make your mother proud. You help me every step of the way. Thank you for all of your hard work on my book. Your dedication to my story gave me hope and purpose. I thank you so much. That happens every week, I think. I thank you so much for your time and focus. You are simply lovable. The world is at your feet. Let the Lord lead you. The favor of God is upon your heads. Much love. And I want to say thank you to Tori Chesney and Cindy, Devonna Pittman, and Broderick. You all are visionaries. Thank you for making time for my manuscript. For my gratitude is eternal. Your internal edits were very important. Your initial edits were very important in getting us here. You see, you hear, and then ideals come to life. I appreciate your ideals. They were very important to the final product. Now look what God has done. And that's the thing. People, be grateful for who you are and what you are. Your pain is not your future. It's not your past. It's not your present. That's not who you are. Let's move forward. Let's have these discussions. Let's talk about it. Let's have some application. Apply some of these this information to your life, and you'll feel different. Take the glass ceiling off of your life. Thank you so much. See you soon. Don't forget to subscribe to my page, and I'll see you soon.